Hi everybody, Mature Simmer here. Welcome back to the Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. So this is a city builder that is pretty focused on slow, methodical movement. I'm just trying to understand how things work. Obviously, only a few episodes in, we've got electrical supply here, where we do, I think, have the substation working, but where we left off was trying to figure out what we need to do for the water, because we need that to be able to make some progress and make sure that we've got things. But I think at this point, because you can see we've got water, it looks like. It's operating without issues. So I think at this point, what I'm going to try to focus on is I think we need to get some buildings for our folks to live and work in. Although we may actually need a grocery store first. Let's see, grocery kiosk, that doesn't seem to make any sense. So let's see. So if I put the grocery store here, looks like we're gonna have water and... Oh, now hold on though, because I think I want that, because what I'm not sure is the yellow, what exactly that is. It's not linking to the roadway. But I'm going to place that there. Alright, and then at this point, you can see we've got trucks that are starting to move, because at this point, now again, this is going to need some workers, it's going to need some materials, so it's doing the groundworks. And so for those who are unfamiliar with this sim, unlike something like City Skylines 2, where I would have plopped that building down and it would just build, this actually needs to go through the work of being built. And it's, as you can see, the entire construction is going to take us nearly a year of work days. Now, again, once we get workers here and so forth, you know, they're going to move along. So, you know, we're getting some material here. So they're transporting concrete. You can see we need 12 tons of concrete. So these two trucks are going to go ahead and take care of that. And then we've got, what here? 7.5 tons of asphalt, which is what we need. So there you go. We've got the concrete. We've got that. And then basically, once we get enough material, then we're going to end up getting some workers moving in to go ahead and work on some things. So now we have all the concrete. This will get us all the asphalt. I'm assuming this is gravel. It is. So I think at this point then, once these two more trucks deliver here, we're going to be all set. And you can see, like, it doesn't just dump it in there. Like, it takes some time. They've got to clear out enough space. Those type of things. You know, we might have some difficulty getting some of this other material together. So construction is running without issues. So this is a bus, which will go get workers, but that steam shovel also helps. The excavator, it will help move things along as well. But I think the most important thing is that I do have the situation resolved that I've struggled with in the beginning, which was having water and electricity available to buildings. because, you know, that just didn't work before. So we've got 51 workers coming here. So this should really move along. But what we see in the series here is definitely a very deliberate set of progress. So this is not something that's going to move very quickly. You know, it's taken us 2 episodes to get as far as we did. Now you can see with all these workers, the days are clipping down, and you can see this isn't, you know, moving real days, because again, I've got 51 workers. So if you think about it like in a working environment, basically I'm going to get 51 work days done in one day with 51 workers is kind of how that works. You know, so it's kind of like there's something called FTEs, or man hours. You know, so it's like if I need, you know, 80 man hours, I can do that with, you know, 80 people working 1 hour each, or I can do that with one person working, you know, for 2 weeks type of thing. So that's a little bit of what we're seeing. Now, once again, the workers will start to go down at some point, I've seen, and I'm not quite sure how that works. But the benefit and the reason I wanted to build the grocery store is that this way there's food available, so that when we build a building, you know, a residential building for people to move into, that they're immediately able to fill that need of food. You know, and after groundworks here and 4 work days, we're going to move to, you know, there may just be one more section. No, we have others. Or no, maybe this is it, because this is the entire thing. So now we need to lay bricks. And I think we have equipment that will work. Again, right now we're buying everything from the border because I don't have facilities that work with everything now. I also need to eventually figure out how to repair that bus, but that is the demolition office. So this is if I destroy things, which is why I've got kind of the older equipment sitting there. Alright, so he came and delivered a crane, is what he was doing. So that's just getting things there to, again, it's basically the version of the excavator that does the foundation. The crane kind of then does the infrastructure. You know, and this is another type of crane there that could be used for other things. So again, 6.1 tons of concrete. You know, so for the most part, we should be okay. These should be bricks. You know, we're going to need more than 1 truck of bricks. He's probably going to get bricks, would be my guess. You know, and slowly we're going to keep getting what we need here. And, you know, the biggest thing will be if we can't get boards or steel or anything, but I think everything that we need to transport things we have. So, take a while to get those bricks unloaded. You know, and what I don't know is, again, does it need everything? Or once I have a little bit, so there's the steel, clearly. I'm thinking these are, yeah, boards. And then, obviously, we know we can get bricks. But the question is, like, once I have steel now, will construction start? Because I have enough material of all types to begin. And yeah, it doesn't look like it. I'm still waiting for the other 2.8 tons of bricks to come in here. And so the problem I've run into before too is just building too quickly. The other thing that I can do is I can improve these roads. You know, the way I had done that here. I'm trying, okay, that's just signs and so forth. So yeah, I think if I build an asphalt road, and I go, let's see, can I go that way? No, it won't. Because the mud road is what we have. Oh, maybe that's a gravel road? See, I don't remember. It's been so long since I've been in here. Let's see. It's not really... Because, yeah, that's not an asphalt road. I think that's the gravel road. So let's see. If I go over there, and then go through there, and through there, that should at least get me a little bit further along. So that was, you know, one of the things I was working on before. And that should use a lot of this material here, which is the gravel. The challenge is I can't move from these facilities while they're blocked. So basically these two facilities become unusable until the road is now built. And so I ended up creating a problem before where I tried to expand the road a little too quickly. You know, but with having the loop, we should be in pretty good shape here. It's just a question of which way is this going to go ahead with. So you can see, you know, he's loading up, but it takes some time to load 10 tons of gravel in there. At this point, all right, the grocery store is done. Do I want to go ahead and try to get a building up? So let's see. 20 workers, 10 workers, 30. I mean, I would think I'd want a bigger building. All right, so I need research for all of this. What about these? Okay, those are rural flats. I don't know that I want that. So let's see. So this one needs... Like, this one seems a little bit smaller, where this one, I think, is wider. Yeah, so I'm going to go for compact and large. So quality of flats, 80%, 85%. So are these poor quality? Lifespan 20 years. They're all 20 years. Yeah, I'm going to go with one of these, I think. And then the question becomes, you know, how do I face these? And I think I might put them right in there. All right, I want to make sure that I'm in good shape. So, all right, we're going to try that. And hopefully, we will then start having our own workers, and that will start building our own community here. So the challenge, we've got several construction offices. You know, the biggest thing is, are we going to be able to get equipment to come out and get to start building this, or are we going to have to build the whole road? So it's interesting that it's deciding to do this road first. You know, again, you can kind of see, you know, we need another 6.4 tons of gravel. Looks like we're getting some workers over here to the road, which is definitely a nice thing that should move things along. Looks like it just brought 10 workers, so we didn't get a lot. Okay, so he's heading over, so this is a good sign. So it does look like maybe we are getting some things going. I don't know if this will be 2 parts like the store. Just kind of zooming in to look at this. Oh, the crane still has to be picked up. And I'm thinking that's because that goes there. So if that road doesn't get built through there before we're done, we're going to have some delays. It can still be built by people. It's just going to take a little while. But this is by far the largest road here. It's interesting that we're not having anything come in and dump gravel there, though. I mean, we may now. 6.4. Alright, so he's taking it there. They are going to grab some. Alright. I may not have any trucks replenishing, so I think I turned that off at one point. So I do need to be careful and probably start refilling that at some point. But the one thing I've learned in this sim is you just kind of got to be deliberate and let things go. Because otherwise, oops, okay. There we go. I'm like, how do I rotate back this way? Alright, so the road, 95%. We're down to 4 work days. Should be getting close. Alright, they're starting to build. So we're going to get the groundworks done pretty quickly. And now the biggest thing is... Okay, so... Now... It looks like maybe we built enough road that we're able to have this going. Because the truck came out and so forth. So that's a good thing. So yeah, it's laying gravel at this point. It just needs more gravel. So I'm sure this is picking up our 9 tons of gravel that we need. And then we just have that other road segment. But I'm guessing he is now coming to pick up this crane. It's just a question then of, is he going to move the crane? And this bulldozer may be heading over here. But yeah, they're bringing workers in. So we're going to get to 50? No, we're going to get to 34. But we're down to 24 work days, and then the groundworks of our first building will be done. Now let's see, what does our electricity look like? So it looks like I think we can go to 2.5 megawatts, and we're doing 0.13, so we're doing basically 5% consumption. You know, and right now I'm not sure that we're consuming a whole lot of things. I'm just not sure if this substation is doing what it needs to be doing. So there's definitely, you know, a possibility that I don't know what's happening. Alright, so yes, this bulldozer came around. This truck is finally filling that need. And again, these other trucks are doing the rest. So at this point, he's got all the gravel he needs. But this is going to need 17 tons, which is why we have a couple trucks here. Because each of these trucks can only do 10 tons. So now that truck's going to park. It is done. But I think if we can get the building built, I would say that would be a massive accomplishment. Because then Somchaska is finally at the point where we could start to become a little bit of a self-sufficient town. I mean, right now we don't have any workers. You know, we don't have any of these other things that we need to look at. But here we go. We're going to get 10 tons of bricks. We've already got all the boards we need. He's bringing the gravel. We need some steel, so we need another truck of bricks. And then a truck of steel. And that'll be it. Now it does look like there's some other things. There's probably a roof that goes on to the residential building. I've seen that with some, because we're going to have a little bit of steel and some boards left. So looks like we're going to have about 40 days of work at the top there. Alright, but at this point, I think all of these trucks can go. What I'm trying to remember, large customs house. So yeah, so I want to start, and then this will now go to the customs house and go to the storage, and then come back, and that should start replenishing this, because we're down to 48% here, but then we can get everything running through once again, because the road depot is kind of what gets us moving on things. So again, we've got custom house, gas station. So yeah, I do want to make sure that the gas station's in good shape. I don't remember. No, it's the distribution office. Where did I put the gas station? The technical office? I'm confused, because I swore I had one somewhere here. Oh, there it is. Alright. So I may want to go ahead and get him going. And then that will finish up. The road's nearly done. There we go. You know, and what this does, because we haven't experienced that in this episode, is this will then keep things from getting muddy. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to build this road here. And that way, when it rains, vehicles can still move around, which becomes really, really important. Alright, where's he going? Alright, so he's doing... Oh wow, they're already done. Now they're doing the rooftop. So this is moving along pretty nicely. It's going to actually take me longer to finish the road than it will to do anything else. So there goes the bulldozer. He's bringing gravel, but you can see this is a big truck, so this is 25 tons, where, you know, these trucks are moving 10 to actually deliver it to the equipment. Now I'm confused. So, did it... I don't understand. Did it go to the gas station? Guess I need to watch this, because it's got 4 tons of fuel. We've definitely got a line here going on. And these guys are... I think he's just parking again. Okay, so now he's got 7 tons of fuel. He should take it here, which appears where he's going. But we should have more than 6 tons of fuel, but again, maybe that's what's happening is, see, we've got trucks. Oh, okay, there's a gas station there. Alright, so that's what's going on. So this gas station is full. You know, I probably need the second gas station to get dealt with at some point. But it's alright for now. We don't need 2 of them. Alright, so they've got all the material. They just need workers, which is what's coming in there. They're getting a little backed up here. So we definitely have got a little bit of a traffic jam, which would be nice not to have. But we need how much gravel? 28 tons. So these 3 trucks should be enough. So there we go. And then it's just the question of, can I get the next truck there before we need it? But we're going to be done with this building pretty soon. And then we see what happens. I don't know if people just start to move in or if I need to do something. Because my hope is we'll have some encouragement with activity going on where we have work available. So there we go. Productive age workers. Oh, we already have 21 people. Look at that. So we've got 26 citizens. They appear to have 84% health and 87% happiness. So that's a good thing. Where would citizens be going to work? And there comes the rain. So now you can start to see like how slow this truck is going because of the mud versus see this bus is able to now proceed. So we didn't quite do what we needed. I'm going to keep going until I'm assuming he's getting the crane. Yes, he's got the tower crane, and then he's going to go store that away. Alright, well luckily the rain was very short-lived, so that's good. Because I'm going to get the road done here, and I think we're going to call that a, how are these trucks all running out of fuel? That's crazy. Because, yeah, then the next thing I really have is I should get that road done. But we'll do that next time. But the biggest challenge is going to be, I'll probably get this segment done. But then I'm worried the gravel trucks, well, I guess they're coming from there. So I think I'll be alright. Okay, that should be all the gravel. The tower crane is getting stored away. And so we should have this road done, frankly, in no time. It's going to go get some workers, but those workers, there's not going to be much left by the time they get there, I think is what we're going to start to see. They're just leaving the customs house. And that's the interesting thing is why, like, my local workers aren't coming, but it's possible because they may not be able to work, like, in the road construction space. I'm not really sure how that would work. Alright, so it drops some workers off, not a lot. We only got 17, but it'll help a tiny bit, I'm sure. But we're now into August of 1960. So the other thing this game does is, because I am playing in realistic mode, which means, everything needs to be built as we're doing and so forth. But we also will get vehicles kind of available when they became available, if that makes sense. Alright, but at this point, I'm going to go ahead and pause. Well, I guess I'll let him go and park and put himself away, because I think he's going to go there. Actually, I guess he's parking right there, but that way we get everything put away so that we start similar to the way we did with this episode, where we were ready to just get working. But I feel like there was a lot of progress, because getting to where we had before, I mean, it took a long time just to build the road network. And again, we've got a good stretch of road there that we can continue expanding over time. But that's why I'm trying to be efficient with my space here. And it looks like we've got I'm assuming there's more. Yeah, it's it's kind of a line. You can see there's a lot of people in between. I just can't, because I think it's showing me that one person is like equaling 5. So that's why I'm seeing basically 5 people, because I've got a little over 20, so I can get that additional person. So let's see. 7 citizens were unable to get food. Let's just look at what we have. Okay, so 3 children can't go to school because there's no school. So clearly we want to do that. 2 workers can't work because there's no kindergarten. 7 citizens can't get food, which is interesting because... Oh, food. There is no food. Well, that's So I built a grocery store, but I don't have food. I think we're going to have to figure that one out next time. That kind of backfired. 3 citizens can't get clothes. They were unable to visit a church or place of spirituality, tavern, and unable to get meat. So yes, they can do both meat and that, and then we have garbage that we're going to have to deal with too. So yes, you can see it's using a little bit of water. So yeah, just a lot of things that we're going to have to keep track of here that are probably going to head in the wrong direction pretty quickly. So definitely need to start looking at some of that. Food, alcohol. So let's see. Oh goodness, I need a food factory? Come on. And then I need crops though. Oh my goodness. Well, this is starting to get complicated. Small farm. Because a small field does... Alright, it just does work. Let's... Oh, that's not that small. Interesting. So yeah, we're gonna have to figure this out. Small farm, medium farm. Wow. Alright, there's a lot of complexity here. So, and there's meat. That's how we start to get meat. In theory, what's a livestock farm? And then I'm sure, there we go, slaughterhouse produces meat. So we got a long way to go, but I think I think this is kind of how things go. So we've got all that transportation. Alright, so industry, food, alcohol, crops, clothing. So it's just what are we going to work on to begin with? Yeah, there's the construction offices and things that we did. Again, we can kind of do our own wood cutting. You know, we can build a gravel quarry so that we don't have to, you know, get gravel outside, I guess. Anyway. I'm getting buried on things that I probably don't need. And we'll worry about it next time at this point. But for whatever reason, I find this a little bit more intriguing. Mainly, I think, because it's just totally different than something like City Skylines. There's just a lot more that you've got to try to figure out and make work. But we're going to keep taking a look at things here in the future as we continue to build out our town of Somchaska here on the border. And, you know, we'll see over time where things take us. But for now, if you've enjoyed this and have not dropped a like on the video, please consider doing that. Let people know we've got this out here. If you're not a subscriber to the channel yet, please consider doing that. And I will see you next time.